Dear students, hope you all are fine and safe at home. Today, I am going to start a video lecture series for all my different students. This particular series is for students of semester 6. Now, let us start with the novel Things Fall Apart. In this video, I shall cover introductory part of the novel. Now here students, you can see all this content, introduction, main points, major themes, conclusion. Now I shall start the main portion and introduction. Things Falls Apart is a novel by Nigerian writer named Chinua Achebe, published in 1958. This novel details life in southeast Nigeria prior to and aftermath of the arrival of white European colonists in the late 1800s. Okonkwo is the lead character. He is a local Igbo. What is Igbo? Igbo is ethnic group native to south central and southeastern Nigeria, wrestling champion and farmer. He is extremely impulsive, brash, and inflexible. He fears being considered anything less than an alpha male. He abhors compromise and is too proud to accept any of the new customs brought to his land by the settlers. Now you can see in this novel, in part 1 of Things Fall Apart emphasizes the tireless efforts and singular drive of Okonkwo to secure a place among the title men of Imofia, and Okonkwo's coming of age and his attempts to distance himself from the disreputable legacy of his father Unoka. Now at another point in first section, Okonkwo shows himself quick to anger with his wives and short in patience with his children. Now you can see further in part 1 in this novel. Part 1 also provides a broad view of pre-colonial Igbo cultural world. Now Achebe shows numerous Igbo cultural values, religious beliefs, and ritual practices. In second part of Achebe presents a paradox about a manly and womanly aspects of Okonkwo's circumstances. Okonkwo begins his exile deeply discouraged and unmotivated while striving for even greater manliness. He committed a female murder, and also he accidentally killed a boy during a funeral ceremony. Making things worse, in his mind, he has been exiled to the woman's side of his family. Now you can see in the last, he thus feels that this transition is an extraordinary challenge to his manliness. In third section of the novel, tensions arise between Okonkwo's tribe and the colonist over a series of conflicts. Things reach boiling point when British court messengers humiliate and attack some of the local tribe members. Now in response with Okonkwo takes up arms and declares war against colonists. In a fit of fury, he beheads one of the messengers. He believes that others in his tribe will stand alongside in his crusade. Unfortunately, they don't. He is alone, desperate, and fearful. Two emotions he does not want others to see in him. Now, in the last, he hangs himself in his home before he can be hauled off to court for trials and punishment. The colonists are almost a force of nature, sweeping in with new means, methods, politics, technologies, religion, and language. The native are proud, strong, rich in their culture and history and are traditional. But the colonists, you can see the natives as savages and in need of leadership. While the natives are often depicted as resistant to change, they are more afraid of standing up to their aggressors than defending their values. These perceived weaknesses made them more susceptible to outside influence. Change was inevitable. The text makes several statements on the nature of colonization and the society the colonizers sought to target. Now in the next video, I shall cover main themes of this novel, students. Till then, take care. Okay, bye.